Hello everyone, my name is Mario Greco and I am a marketing student at London Metropolitan University. Today I'm going to explain creative message in advertising. My agenda: introduction, creative messages, rhetorical theory, Barilla, A Sign of Love 90s and the rhetorical theory, gender roles in advertising, crisis communication, semiotic analysis, Chanel number 5 advertising and semiotic analysis. Transportation. What is advertising? Advertising is a paid non-personal communication from an identified sponsor using mass media to persuade or influence an audience. Now, let's briefly explain what a creative message in advertising is, and to do so, we use a quote of Stefan Vogel. Nothing is more efficient than creative advertising. Creative advertising is more memorable, longer lasting, works with less media spending, and builds a fan community faster. Creativity is something that is constantly evolving and adapting to human, cultural, scientific, and artistic changes. Many of these changes happen for reasons intrinsic to people looking for new creative territories, and others are influenced by extrinsic reasons such as politics. Creativity requires us to think differently, to be imaginative, yet to be artistic, and remain on strategy while employing novel approaches and new ideas. Let's now analyze the first theory of this video, rhetorical theory. Rhetoric may be defined as the faculty of observing in any situation the available means of persuasion. Aristotle. The rhetorical theory of advertising is causal and shows how a factor determines the occurrence of an outcome. This form of advertising aims to change attitudes or beliefs within a specified reception environment. Aristotle and Plato were among the greatest thinkers of rhetoric, and Aristotle first organized the art of rhetoric into three separate parts. These parts were ethos, pathos, and logos. Ethos is how your character as a speaker or writer influences the audience. Pathos is how emotion plays a role in speech and arguments. Logos is how you structure an argument and the use of logic. Now let's go to the analysis of the first advertising. I analyzed Barilla, A Sign of Love 90s. About Barilla. Barilla is a family company non-listed on the stock exchange, chaired by the brothers Guido, Luca, and Paolo Barilla. It was founded by great-grandfather Pietro Barilla, who opened a bakery in Parma in 1877. Today, Barilla is famous in Italy and around the world for the excellence of its food products. About commercial. This year, Barilla announced the appointment of Publix Italia as the new leading global agency. Publix Italia, in their first global campaign together, the brand and the agency use emotion to show the value of making a plate of pasta for someone. A 90-second commercial called A Sign of Love focuses on the time it takes to pay attention to your family and the people we love, about how a plate of pasta can communicate the appreciation. The film is directed by Saverio Costanzo. Now let's go to the analysis of rhetorical theory.
Smile without a reason why. Love as if you were a child. Smile no matter what they tell you. Don't listen to a word they say, 'cause life is beautiful that way. Tears tidal wave of tears, light that slowly disappears. Wait before you close the curtain. There's still another game to play, and life is beautiful that way. We'll forget about our sorrow and think about a brighter day, 'cause life is beautiful that way.
Love, Barilla, and a rhetorical theory. Ethos Barilla band is recognized worldwide as a symbol of Italian know-how by respecting its long-standing traditional principles and values. Barilla is family-run and uses image of happily family in its advertising. In this advertising, we can see different kinds of family. Pathos. These advertisements show how the act of cooking a plate of pasta can turn into a gesture of love. In this advertisement, for the first time, the classical Italian family is not shown, but we find from the father cook who takes care of the son to the classical paterfamiglia who cooks the son and a boyfriend and the daughter coming home from a football match. Logos. Barilla helps us to say I love you with one of the simplest but also the most rewarding acts, a plate of pasta, said Cristina Boccassini, creative officer for Publix Italia. This campaign is made without words, but only very meaningful moments and relationship. So in this advertisement, it is the gestures that replace the words. To enhance the emotional impact of the film, the music of The Beautiful Way by Noah was chosen an reinterpretation of the soundtrack of the Oscar-winning La Vita è Bella. Target. The measure of millennials and Gen Z and the explosion of social media as a mass media way of communication has created the perfect condition to manage the brand as a global brand, but also it has created the need to ensure that consumers in different parts of the world will not be confused to think that there are many different versions of Barilla, said Gianluca Di Tondo, global CMO at Barilla. The gay component appears for the first time in an advertising campaign. Brands increasingly recognize gay and lesbian consumers as a profitable and important target market. Let's go to talk about the music. The soundtrack is a song by Noah, Beautiful the Way, that accompanies all the advertising and almost replaces the words, and increases the emotional charges. Noah sings the expectation for a more just world, a little more human and profound. This song was the soundtrack of Oscar-winning Italian film La Vita è Bella by Roberto Benigni, therefore decided to emphasize even more the sense of family and Italianity. Barilla crisis communication. In 2013, President Guido Barilla commented on a local radio show that same-sex couple would not be featured in the company's advertising. Although Barilla believes in the traditional family and has the right to do so, the comments made during the Italian radio interview have offended many people around the world. The public has called for a boycott of Barilla branded products. The boycott has damaged Barilla financially on a global scale, and immediate action must be taken to protect the business. The company has embarked on a targeted path of greater diversity and inclusion. Along the way, the company learned from the mistake and sought out the skills of others with the goal of becoming role model for inclusion, not just for LGBT. Gender role in advertising. In the opening scene, we see the daughter returning home after a football match with the Italy shirt. Football is notoriously considered a man's game. For the first time in a Barilla advertising campaign, the gay component appears. Indeed, we can see that in the central scene we find a new version of traditional family, the paterfamilias who cooks and gives approving look to his gay son while his partner is entertaining on the couch with his mother. In addition to gender, traditional stereotypes are reversed. The man cooking and the woman waiting on the sofa, when kitchen products are typically associated with the traditional home life and famous roles. This scene represents the focus of advertising and where the pathway is concentrated. Like Barilla, in recent years, you have had the face communicate crisis for having open and taken side against LGBT. The brand has finally understood the importance of the gay target. Semiotic theory. Semiotic is the study of scenes and symbols and how we represent and interpret them. Semiotic narrative is the way in which the meaning of semiotic is created, either inherently or learned through the surrounding environment. The concept of semiotic is used in branding and advertising to directly tell what you are trying to communicate. To make a semiotic analysis of an advertisement, there is a whole sphere of cultural norms and the values associated with a particular society group of people. In fact, in order for people to decode scene, they must do so within their own scene system. This depends on several factors: language, culture, historical context. About Chanel. Chanel is a fashion house that works with haute couture and prêt-à-porter garments. Today it is considered a symbol of luxury, style and elegance. Founded in Paris by Coco Chanel in the 19th century, today is owned by the brothers Alain Wertheimer and Gerard Wertheimer, nephews of Pierre Wertheimer, one of Coco Chanel's first business partners. About the commercial. The second commercial we are going to analyze is Chanel No. 5, the film 2004, directed by Baz Luhrmann. The protagonist of the advertising campaign is a splendid Nicole Kidman. All the references from the setting to the costume to the music are precise references to the film Moulin Rouge, for which Kidman won the Oscar for the Best Actress. The ad cost 30 million euros. It is one of the most expensive ever made.
When did I wake into this dream? I must have been the only person in the world who didn't know who she was.
With the disappearance of the world's most famous
But my world would never be the same again.
Drive.
When she came into my life,
It's beautiful up here. Everything seems so peaceful.
who are you?
I'm a dancer. I love to dance.
It didn't matter. I knew who she was. To me. Come away with me.
I love you.
You must be there tomorrow.
I don't care about tomorrow.
It's the right thing to do.
No one can steal our dream. No one. Goodbye.
And then she was gone. kiss, or a smile. Or perfume.
Chanel number 5 and semiotic analysis. In the Chanel advertising campaign number 5, we see the billboards and the Jancy dominating the city, almost as if to dominate the competition and assert its supremacy. Nicole Kidman is feminine, elegant, extraordinarily beautiful. Looking at her, it is impossible not to recognize in her the image of the award-winning, beautiful and famous super diva, icon of style and elegance. The intent of advertising is to create a parallel between the status of the actress and the product they are marketing. The deeper message that this advertisement wants to tell us is that these ideals that represent Chanel number 5, you can have them too if you wear the perfume. You too can be a beautiful and elegant diva. Target. The target is a woman who wants to feel beautiful, famous, and elegant. From clothes to jewels, everything suggests a high social status of a chic, elegant, and rich woman. The necklace with the Chanel crest to the red carpet dress. Low cut but not too much, elegant and trendy. The perfume is convinced almost as if you wear a jewelry celebrities want to wear it as it is the something unique and luxury. A woman who doesn't wear perfume has no future. Coco Chanel. The music. The music of the film is Claude Debussy's, arranged by Craig Armstrong and performed by the Sydney Symphony Orchestra. Music always carries within the narrative plot of its advertisement an orchestral music almost as if to underline the status of the product. Another important element is that of the predominant sexuality in the advertising. The model is depicted as sexy and alluring. She shows herself haughty and strong in her eyes, like something difficult to achieve. Characters who show themselves strong are considered strong stereotypes in society. The kiss is a symbol of passion. Transportation. Advertising is a fiction and tells us a story. Another key component is transportation. Transport is the degree to which a reader becomes immersed or observed in a story and undergoes a mental process that envelopes images, effects, and the center of attention. Narrative arts can trigger the transport and experience of a big hooked. Thank you, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Mario Greco, and I am a marketing student at London Metropolitan University. Today, I'm going to explain creative message in advertising. My agenda: introduction, creative messages, rhetorical theory, Barilla, A Scene of Love 90s and the Rhetorical Theory, General Roles in Advertising, Crisis Communication, Semiotic